In this video I'm going to show you how to create a custom Webpack loader that allows you to use native Node modules in your NextJS application. I'll also walk you through on creating a Webpack loader in general. So what is a Webpack loader? First off, it's a module, and that module is responsible for transforming a specific type of file into a format that can be used by the JavaScript application. In this line you can see a basic type of Webpack loader. It takes in the source code of the matched file and simply returns it without making any modifications. For example, you can use this as a starting point for building a more complex loader. And you would use that loader by adding a rule in Webpack. Test property specifies the regex, the pattern of the file that it needs to match. And when the match occurs, Webpack will use the loader you defined for that match. And here there's a more complex example, and my template was node loader. I modified it for my needs, but what I want to show in this video is a typical structure for a Webpack loader if you ever want to publish your Webpack loader. So obviously first would be installing the Webpack dependency. And next option would be installing or defining your module. And in the previous video I showed you an example of very basic Webpack loader that just takes in the content and passes the content without doing anything. And you can start from there. You can see some of the imports used in the loader, and one of the imports is options.json. If you wanted to use an options property that was not defined in the options.json, Webpack would report an error. And by the defined schema, I can grab the options and extract them into flags and output path. This specific loader, what it does is it loads a shared node module library from the specified path. And it's used in the NextJS API routes and server-side components. And the import right here is an optional loader utils. And loader utils package provides utility functions for Webpack loaders. In my case, I'm only using the interpolate name, which is used to create a name for the output file. As for emit file, it's called with the output file name and the content of the file, which tells the Webpack to emit the file to the output directory. This option right here, you won't see that often, you probably won't use it, but it's an instruction for Webpack that the loader should return a raw binary data instead of an UTF-8 encoded string. And that's basics of the Webpack loader. As for the structure of the repository, I wasn't original in that. I used the node loader as a template. And maybe it would be better I'd recommend that you look for their configuration and the GitHub repository, because it's a standard configuration for any Webpack loader I've seen.